Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, ready for round two, part two of the review, the HOBBIES 10208. Let's see if we can keep it together this time. All right, Owen, if you missed the initial review, go back and check it out. We had some unfortunate incidents happen. The pin that holds the sun gear in the diff broke, and then while trying to take it apart, they over glued the center brace, and I broke the screw getting it out, took it back out, tried to run it, but without the center brace, this chassis has absolutely no strength whatsoever, and it flexed to the point that the whole center drive shaft just flew out, and you know, we kind of had to call it at that. So I was able to drill this out and then use my screw extractor to actually get that piece out. I have it back in so that the chassis is rigid. We have the diff fixed. Now credit to MJX, they are sending me a new brace, new screws, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to break this front one when we get it out, and they're sending me a new center diff because I kind of had to, like, I don't want to say rig it, but the pin I put in there wasn't the right one. I had to sand it down, but hopefully it'll hold. I think it will. It's actually a wheel hex pin, so it's pretty strong. But I said I'll get this thing running, and we're going to give it a second look with the car being totally together. So hopefully this should work out. We can get like a nice look at how this is. Now the only thing I've changed, you guys see, is the Dumbo radio. I do this to all the cars. So when I do a review, I test it with the factory equipment so you know what you're getting out of the box, right? And then afterwards, I'll put it, most of these cars like this, I'll put on the Dumbo. All my Traxxas cars stay on the Traxxas remote, and then ARMA stuff I'll go on my DX5, and then that way I basically have, like, well, I have 4 remotes. I have 2 Dumbos. The other one only has 10 model memory, so I'm trying to save that one for cars like my Relarlo AK787 that I have exponential and stuff that I want to dial in, and settings I want to keep. So, and then this one is just for everything else, because the radio's cheap, the receivers are cheap, and this keeps me from having like 50-something remotes to fumble with. So, and it's a really good system. So let's take this out and give it a shot. Yeah, if you watch my review video, I didn't really think too much of that factory remote. I think RCAWD Garage likes it, but you know, he's got little hands, you know.
And you know what they say about men with small hands?
With man hands, we can't handle that small remote. Let's see, MJX 10208 part 2. So I am running on just 3S. Oh, I thought I had the lights turned on. I did have the lights turned on all the time. Wait, because the back lights were on, right? The back lights are on. If you guys are wondering about the tape, if you haven't seen, these bodies have a bad habit of just coming loose. There's no way the back light should be working without the front. It just shouldn't happen. You can see it comes out of here. Comes out of the receiver, goes to the light bar, and then it comes back and feeds to the lights back there. Guess I'll contact MJX about that too. That's weird. Last night when I put all this together, the light bar worked. Oh, that's right. I had to dial back some of the exponential there, or the endpoints, because the servo was actually coming back and hitting the whole receiver box. So I had to take some steering out of this. Damn, there's that noise again. Oh! So now what I'm trying to do is just throw everything I know about the car out the window. I can't ignore the fact that they use a red Loctite that's impossible to get out of the center diff, and hopefully that's not in the front and rear. And the fact that the center brace was like glued. I have a picture of it on my post, my YouTube page. how much blue Loctite you could see after I snapped the head off. But there appears like there's this white stuff dried on the brace, almost like they super glued it or something. So that to me is just, it's hard to even recommend the car, because I know people are going to have such a hard time trying to service it. But if we don't focus on that and we just focus on the drive, so far I'm liking the car, man. It's on 3S, you know, it's moving, it turns good, it's handling pretty good. It's a little bit bouncy, but I think I have probably a little too much preload in the springs. But I mean, it's not bad. It's not like it's not drivable. See, here's that noise again. Last time I heard that noise, well, you know, there's 2 pins in that diff. There's 2 sun gears. I'll tell you what, man, I gotta admit, I'm just not really overly impressed with MJX. Hate to say it, just they haven't won me to where I would buy another car. Oh, you take that center brace out and the chassis flexes that much? Nah. I even asked somebody I know in the industry about this, and they said, yeah, the center brace, the vehicle should not be dependent on the center brace for its strength. Man, what is that noise? I hope this thing ain't about to blow the center diff again, I swear. I mean, I know I got a new one coming. Maybe this one was just made with a bad batch of parts, I don't know. But I didn't hear that sound the other day when I came back out to finish the run after getting the center diff fixed. I didn't hear that little crunchy noise. Man. Okay. Oh, check it out too. We have gyro action now. Look at that. Haha. Let's try turning it off and then seeing how wild this thing is. Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like you need a gyro on this. Actually, for me personally, a lot of off-road cars don't really feel like need a gyro. Certain ones I think can benefit, like the one the big 6-scale laser nut. That thing just puts down so much power. It's spinning everywhere, and it's such a big heavy car. It did. And then like I felt like the Big Rock could really use one. It's weird, like the Creighton I don't think needed one, but Arma gave the Creighton a gyro, but not the Big Rock. Yeah, so I had no gyro on right now, and it's driving absolutely fine. Let's take some of this preload out of this thing. All right, let's see how that does. Still a bit bouncy. I think I would maybe thin out that shock oil a little bit. But I mean, it's not bad. It's not like it makes it undrivable. It's just, you know, it's just one of these things fine-tuned for your environment. For me, I like the ground drive. You know, I like small jumps, so people that like big air and big jumps will go with a thicker shock oil to keep everything going. Me, I usually thin it out because I drive like this on the ground. As far as driving and that, you know, I think it drives fine. You know, it's got plenty of power. I got a fairly thin fluid in the center diff, and we were pulling some wheelies. I think you need a little bit more traction. there it went a little bit, but you know, nailing the gas and standing the thing back up isn't necessarily a good thing either. What do we got going on here? Let's just say hopefully if they come out with a version 2, they'll redesign that chassis to where it doesn't need that center brace. It really shouldn't need that to hold itself together. But is it a fun RC? Absolutely. As long as it doesn't break, yeah, it's fun. I like the power it has on 3S. I like, you know, it's small, maneuverable. It has way too much braking action. I think we can adjust that in the app, can't we? Let's see, throttle rate punch. Let's go up to 8. Max brake force, 75%. Yeah, let's go 50. I think 50 is going to be a little bit better. So, according to this thing, the ESC is at 120. Even the motor doesn't feel bad. The 2 fans really do a good job. I'll give them credit for that. I really like the dual fans on that. They work well. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. It still gets a little light on full brakes. See, it brings the back end up a little bit, but hey, it's not flipping over. So I think 75 was a bit much for braking action. But you know what's nice? That you can tune it in the ESC. Something like the Relarlo, the Omni Terminator, you can't. There's no tuning at ESC, and it's kind of a problem because that RC has the same problem where you hit the brakes and it just wants to nose over. Alright, this is something that a lot of smaller scales struggle with, is grass. And you can hear it's bogging it down, but it's not killing it. It's definitely not killing it. That's nice. You know, some of the smaller scale, even some, maybe even some of the 10th, just struggle with deeper grass. Like I said, this one, you could tell it's bogging it a little bit, but it's not bad. I wouldn't say it would keep you from running it. Man, what the hell is that noise? It's only in turns. I mean, I don't know, it's like the tire hitting the body or something. Is there something going on here that maybe we can't see? It might be clipping the body a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. I'll tell you what though, man, this on 3S it just doesn't have the punch that 4S does. I don't know if I'll risk 4S on this thing again. But I do think the battery's kind of getting down there. Kind of feel it. Because it's not even really doing wheelies anymore. Yeah, I think the battery's about done. So, what do I think of the RC now? All in all, you know, it's a good RC. It's fun, it's fast. You know, it seems to run pretty well. I personally myself, I don't think I'd buy it. I said the reason for me purchasing is mostly for YouTube content. I mean, some cars, yeah, I buy for YouTube content, but it has to be something that I think that I will actually use and enjoy. And I was kind of had high hopes for this because I've seen just a lot of stuff with MJX. But now that they're getting up there in that price point at $250, I feel like you know, my Red Cat, the Valkyrie, at like $300, 4S all day long. It's just a better deal. Or if you want to stay smaller scale, I would say the Omni Terminator. I feel it's just a more robust platform. It's not to say that this car is bad. I do certain things I think are outstanding, like the Bluetooth app with the ESC. I love it, brilliant. I like the looks and the all layout, but what I'd like to see them do is fix the chassis, make it stronger so it doesn't need that center brace. Let's bring the price down a little bit, fix the issue with the servo hitting the receiver and ESC box, and let's beef up those diffs so they can actually handle 4S, because you marked it as 4S. Now I did ask RC Guy Garage, he said he's 4S all day long on his, but he also says he only runs the 4S in looser, like the sandy stuff like he's got in his backyard. So, but for me, I was only running on the street. I was only doing speed runs, maybe a couple of wheelies. Yeah, this battery has had it. So, I don't know. I think I would at least wait for version 2. I don't think I would jump on this one with the body popping off easy, the overuse of the adhesive stuff, the thread lockers. It's just gonna make working on this thing intolerable. So to me, I would wait. You know, you make the decision on yourself. I'm not gonna tell you not to buy it. You know, if you're willing to deal with the stuff, I can just point out what I feel are some deficiencies, what to me, in my opinion, having used a lot of RCs by now, how I feel like everything works and that, and just comparing it to other cars that I have. So, and then it sure is weird that the front light bar died too. Jeez, I'm just not having the best of luck with this thing. But like I said, the power goes to the front light bar and then goes to the rear. So if I have rear lights like that, hopefully you can see that. If I have rear lights, there's no reason the front don't work. They're wired in direct now. They're not on a switch. So I don't know. All right, everyone, hope you enjoyed the second look at the HYPERGO 10208. It's up to you. If you feel like you want it, go ahead, jump on it. I can't tell you anyways, but for me, if you were my friend, I was making a recommendation, I would say I would wait for version 2 and let's see if they actually fix some of the stuff that needs done. Anyway, hope you found this informative, entertaining. You'll subscribe and join us for these RC vehicle ventures, for cars, boats, planes, a little bit of everything. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next.